Alright, so back with a couple of more tips about planting and growth and so forth. Um, Here's my seedlings that I just planted, or my sprouts that I planted this morning, right? So what that is, that's 6 cups of soil. You'll want to experiment with the soil. I found that organic doesn't work well. There might be a better type, but stay away from Microgreens. They put a bunch of dye and weird stuff in their soil. But anyway, just experiment. But 6 cups in these 8x12 permanents works pretty good. That's a cup of seed that's been sprouted for about 2 days. So water it well, let it soak out in the sink, put a top on, and then a real heavy brick. That brick will be on there for a few days. So here is a couple different stages, right? This is probably, I suppose, 2 days growth. They don't do much for the first couple of days. And then by probably the end of today, I'll have probably greens of about that high growing out the side. And these I took off the weight last night, so they had the weight on all day. Took them off, and I'm just having them breathe right now because if you see here were the domes, I had the domes flipped up and they're humid because I misted them last night. I mist at night and I water in the morning. I'm letting them breathe. I got a fan down here, just kind of circulating some air and just letting them breathe a bit. So the trick that I was showing you, one of the tips, a couple of tips. One, I have these growing on a seedling mat. This is about 40-50 bucks at Amazon if you want it. This is a 24 by 48. It fits my rack, right? This rack is 48 wide, and I think those are 18 deep, the shelves are. But anyway, a seedling mat, that's 120 watts if you just plug it in, so it's going to be a pretty good little draw. But I have a little thermostat here that you just plug that thermostat into the soil with a probe, real easy probe, just into the soil there, and then it's set point control. I keep it at about 77, something like that. So what I wanted to show you, besides letting these air out a little bit, which you don't have to do, but I'll let these grow with the humidity dome on for another day, and I just crunch those on because thanks buddy, I'm one-handed right now. I'm trying to film this, but go to Harbor Freight and get some of these little clips. And what you're doing is you're creating a little air gap. What'll happen if you flip that over before the seedlings get very tall, the permanests make a real tight seal there, and it'll get funky under there. You don't want that. You want a little air, even though you're trying to trap to get a little humidity with that dome. The dome is keeping humidity in and keeping sunlight out, I believe. But if you don't use the little clips, the permanests will sit so flat together that it gets a little stanky under there and you can get some mold problems. So I don't know that you can see it well because I got all kinds of crazy seedlings poking out there. If you don't, you can see the permanests will sit flat, and you don't want that. You want them sitting up a little bit. So I just prop them up with these little clips. Anyway, that's about all I've got to show you today. These will probably be ready tomorrow, I would guess, on the seedling mat. They go pretty quick, about 6 days, or if that. But I'll let those grow with the dome on until the dome pushes off, or there's a good half-inch gap here. Take the dome off, not direct sunlight. I don't like them particularly dark green, but let them sit in room light or indirect sunlight for a few hours and then harvest. They get a little too much green plant-like flavor and less nutty. Taste them as you walk by. You can taste them right now. It's good. I mean, it's good to eat them, but immature tastes a little better to me. Get it? No, I'm kidding. Anyway, that should be a couple of tips for you. The tip I wanted to show you was using these little clips and the grow mat. All right, take care.